This power bank from UGREEN is the best one I've ever used. It can output 130 watts, got great connectivity on it, and it stays super cool. Well, they've just upgraded it. So this is the 165 watt version, but it's also part of their retractable series. So I've got a charger here as well. So you can see it's taller than the previous one, and that's because of this cable. Now it's also magnetic as well, so it pops back into place, and if we pull it, we have a 60 centimeter cable. And if we want it to go back in, just pull it, and it pops back in like that. Really nice. I've still got the USB A and C on there as well. Let's see how much charge is in it. So if I press the button, so 36% in there at the moment. So if I go out from this one and in here, so this will show me how fast this is charging and how much this is outputting. So it's outputting 100 watts, and this is currently inputting 95 watts, it says. You can see it's going to be an hour till it's fully charged. We get some nice animations as it's charging. So this is an M2 iPad Pro, currently charging about 18 watts. It's near capacity at the moment, so yeah, it's at 91%, so it would be a slower charge anyway. So this Samsung Snapdragon laptop is probably the fastest thing I can charge. Let's pull it out a bit more. Yeah, 63 watts. And they stay incredibly cool. They barely heat up at all, even when they're charging at really fast rates. And that's due to a lot of the technology inside them. So from the docs they sent me, we have 13 layers of safety protection. It's airline approved, and they've tested this cable for 10,000 bends, but also 25,000 retractions. And the maximum you can get out of it is 100 watts on a single cable, but 165 watts over 3 devices. So these are the stats from the back of the box, just to show you the various different voltages that it charges at. If I plug in this one, so this is the 65 watt charger, same retractable design, and let's plug in this, and I'll leave it charging for a bit. So it's currently charging at nearly 60 watts. So I've left it charging for a little bit, and we're already at 57%. They do charge really, really fast, and there's barely any heat to this at all. I don't know how they keep these as cool as they do. It is amazing. This Nexode technology is excellent. It's also in this charger, but it's not as cool. So this definitely has more heat to it. Certainly not hot. It doesn't get as hot as some of my other power banks. So both of these really get quite hot, but also don't charge very fast. Whereas these are charging fast, but still don't get that hot. As I say, there is some temperature this, it's noticeable because this is so cool. But because there's no lithium batteries in here, then it is allowed to get hotter than you would let a lithium charger get. This is also cool. It's a nice tangle-free design. And again, we have that magnetic bit, which means that if it's in a bag, it's not kind of sticking out or anything. We've also got USB-C and USB-A on here as well. This also charges up to 20 volts, so 20 volt 3 amp to make 60 watts. And again, we've got safety features, so a thermal guard which has temperature control in it. But I'm definitely more interested in the power bank, so let's put this one aside and let's do like I did with the old one, start plugging things in and see how high we can get the wattage. So we don't need this. Okay, so let's start with a mini PC. So this is a Ryzen 7 mini PC. And if we pull this cable out and pop it in here, I'm going to need a monitor. I'm going to have the monitor powered by this. Let's pop that down. And we'll go USB-C from this mini PC into the monitor. You can see that's powering up. Let's move this back a bit so it's not in the way. And another monitor, and we'll power that from the mini PC as well. So basically all the power is coming from the power bank. So using the standard cable, the retractable cable, going into this mini PC, which is powering these two monitors, I've got my dongle for my Xbox controller plugged in. I've got my dongle for my mouse and keyboard plugged in. I'm also charging a mobile phone, an Android mobile phone at the moment. Let's run a game to see how many watts we can get out of this. It hit 99 watts then, 92 watts. So we're near to the 100 watts of the cable. Let's see how hot it's getting. I've got a thermal camera on here. So the power bank is running at 33 degrees, but the mini PC is much hotter at 40 degrees. So it does a really good job of keeping cool when it's using lots of power. So I've just plugged it into this mega charger, this 500 watt UGREEN multi-charger, and you can see that it's charging at 93.6 watts, and that again is using its own cable, the flexi cable. Super convenient that it charges up with that cable and also powers devices with that. And whilst it's charging at 100 watts, it's still only at 43 degrees, and I've been hammering this. Very cool. So while that's charging, we'll have a look at the specs on this, because this is also a cool little device. So in 60 minutes, it can charge a MacBook Air M4 to 84%, and also charge an iPhone 16 to 56% in that time. And it's a 65 watt gallium nitride charger, which allows faster and more efficient charging in smaller, lighter and more powerful chargers. They produce less heat, making them more efficient and potentially more durable. So it can charge 3 devices at once. The cable's a bit longer than the other one, so 0.69 of a meter. And again, it's had testing for 25,000 retractions and 10,000 bends. Nice and compact. Obviously, different regions will be more compact than the big chunky UK plug. And they talk about why compatibility works with most phones, tablets and earphones. Because you can get quite cool little converters. So this is a USB-C to micro USB adapter, but they also do them for lightning as well. But also because it's got the standard cable outputs, you can use your existing cable for older devices. So let's try charging a couple of laptops. So I'll do the first one, which is the Samsung one, which is the fastest one, and then an M1 Mac, which is from 2020, so it's an older MacBook, but it still charges reasonably fast. And we can see it's going to work itself out. So we've got 63.3 watts and 42.2. So we're going over 100 watts with just those two laptops. That's impressive. The UGREEN Nexode Retractable Series is now available on Amazon and the UGREEN website. So let's have a look at Amazon. And I see they've got some just cables if you want a cable that's retractable, so 100 watt fast charging cable. But this is the adapter I've been trying out. 20,000 milliamp hour, 165 watt with the retractable cable on offer at the moment. And they also offered me this one, but I don't really use one in the car. So I said it was fine. But I do think this is also very cool as well. Although this is a different one. This is the 45 watt and mine was the 65 watt one, which is here. That's a good price on the 45 watt one as well though. So it depends what you're charging. Some devices don't need as much power as that. It's charging them all together that makes the difference. So if you are on holiday or you just need to have one plug socket that charges several devices but also charges them fast, I've definitely found over the time of having the previous version of this one, so the one without the retractable, just having a fast charger just makes much more of a difference than I ever thought it would do. I've always just bought fairly inexpensive power banks in the past, and you end up using your phone connected to the power bank. Whereas with this, because it pushes the power in so quick, you charge it up and then you're using the phone on its own. So as you use them, you definitely realise the benefits of them. And if we have a look at the listing, just see if there's anything I've missed. So 100 watt is the maximum single port charge. The display's really nice because I've definitely had devices in the past that haven't been charging, and at least with this you can tell that they're not charging. Automotive grade power cells, charges up in 1.9 hours, obviously depending on your charger. So both USB-Cs go up to 100 watt. USB-A only goes up to 33 watts, although most of my cables are pretty slow, my USB-A cables. So it will charge an iPad Pro 11-inch twice, a Galaxy S24 Ultra 3 times, iPhone 16 Pro 3.8 times, and a MacBook Air 1.3 times. The sizes are there if you're looking into that. There's the 13 layers of protection. I covered these in my previous video, but yeah, just really, really good level of protection. It's nice to have safety on something like this. Monitors the temperature 200 times per second. So they're reckoning you'll have 80% capacity after 5 years, even after 1,000 charge cycles. That's good. So really impressed by these. The retractable design is definitely really useful, and it stays where you leave it as well, so you don't have to have a really long cable if you don't want to, and just push it back in and the magnet takes over. So thanks very much to UGREEN for sending me these to test. Hope all this helps. Please like and subscribe.